Hey guys, it's Jared, also known as That Online Seller here on YouTube. Today's video is going to be about inventory systems. A lot of people have questions about how I keep track of things, the method that I use. I'm going to go ahead and show you the way that I, inventory everything, keep track of it. I'm able to pull it really quickly. So go ahead and stay tuned. Okay, so I've had a few questions on I have over 2,000 items listed, and how do I keep track of all that? Okay, and I'm going to show you. Now, I use eBay primarily. It's the #1 place I sell. If you're using something like Poshmark, Amazon, Mercari, there's places that you can also put these SKU numbers in. It's just a little different. So you'll go ahead and have to work with what you got. Some people even put where they put their items in the titles. That also works. So they'll put the title name and then they'll put like M-1. Now let me show you what I do for basically like my hard goods. It's a bin system, and I just label it A1, B1, C1, D1, as you can see there. Same over here, just all the way up and down. The reason why I put the ones on there is because I want to grow this thing. So at some point I'm going to get all the way through the alphabet. I know I am. So then I'm going to need to do A2, A3, A4. That's the reasons why I put the ones, is so I don't have to go back and re-implement them. If you're doing the same, if you're starting off with just like 10, 20 items and you're like, well, I have an A bin and a B bin, just put the one next to it. If you grow and you get bigger and bigger and bigger, you're gonna like really appreciate the fact that you did that, because you're not gonna have to go back through all your SKUs and put a different like number in and try to figure it all out. It'll already be implemented for you. Then you can get really crazy too. You can do like A10, A20, especially if you get to thousands and thousands of listings. Now I do have some open bins. I'll show you down here. I have K, L, M, N. There were a couple boxes that were in between this of letters that I had to kind of skip because I ended up pulling all the stuff out of them and just consolidating. Once we kind of get a chance to reorganize, we are going to reorganize to a A through Z system. But these are some of the other bins that I do have. Sometimes I pre-pack things to make it a little easier. And the other thing I do is for magic cards, I do box numbers. So I'm going to show you, I sell a lot of magic cards. I have a ton of them. And I'll do this, like box 10, Alliances Mirage, box 9, Ice Age, Homelands Alliances, things like this right here. As you can see, like I said, I have a ton of magic cards. This is one way that I organize them. The reason why I do like the box 34, like the box 18 with the set, is that if I ever have to consolidate them, I can always just peel the sticker off and put it over here if I have to like shift a box down, and it'll let me know that it's in there. I wouldn't necessarily have to go back to the computer and change it. I could just take the sticker and change it over if I needed to, and put 2 stickers into one box if I need to consolidate and I'm not getting more in. Same thing as I can always add, box 18-1 and then box 18-2 if, let's say, I get a bunch of like, what do I have right here? Invasion, I think it is. Yeah, I think that says Invasion. So let's say I get like a whole set of Invasion cards in, I can always just do box 18-2-1, and that will let me keep track of where everything is. The other system that I also use for comic books is I do DC, I do Marvel, and then I do Independent. Okay, it's a little tight in there, I know you can see, but I'll do A through F. And the method that I use, for comic books is basically I take out the word "the" in the title. So if it says like The Uncanny X-Men, I'll just put Uncanny X-Men and I'll file them under U. If it says like, I don't know, The Amazing Spider-Man, it'll be Amazing Spider-Man. I always take out the word "the." It's just something that I've always done. It makes it a little simpler for me. But that's how I do. That's how I have all my comics. Now, all these you see over here are all part of a collection. All this and all this up here that I just recently kind of bought that I'm still going through. So those aren't labeled. Those are just basically death pile stuff. And I don't really have like a system in place for them right now. They're just kind of ones that I'm going to shuffle through. I'll eventually get some things listed. I'll bulk some stuff out. But that gives you an idea of what it looks like actually here in the shed. Now I'm going to show you also what it looks like on the computer. We're going to go ahead and head over to the computer, and I'm going to show you the SKU numbers I put and how it actually implements. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to start off by showing you so you can see where it says custom label SKU right here. And you can see where I have it implemented. I'll go over that here in just a second, but what I want to show you is exactly where this goes, like how to get this to show up here. So I'm just going to click on edit. If you're actually listing an item for the first time, it'll look just the same when you get to it. But right here, this is what you're going to look for: custom label SKU, and you can implement whatever you want, whatever letters, numbers, dashes. You can go, a ton of spaces over too. So you could put, like I put it in the bottom shelf. Oh, I spelled bottom wrong. Shelf. Like you can literally like put that if you wanted to. I wouldn't recommend it. I would actually implement the system that I've showed you, or a number system. But once you put that in there, it'll show up. So I'm not going to update the listing because I don't want to mess up anything that I've already done. So I'm just going to cancel it. Yes, cancel. First of all, you'll notice that I'm running like a small sale right now here during the week. But right here next to it where it says custom label SKU, you'll see that I have a number. Now this number represents the cost of the actual goods, and it represents it as a whole. So like if you see something like this right here where it has a bunch of different comics in it, that means I paid $288 for all of them. Like I said, I do a lot of bulk deals, so I'll literally get these penny deals because I'm buying like, hundreds and hundreds of items at a time, for like just a set cost. So some of these will just be next to nothing that I pay for. But right next to it, I'll write the bin number it's in. So B1, D1, C1 right here. If it's a comic book, then it's in the Marvel section and it's under A. If it's right here in independent, under D. And then let's see if I can find some cards here so I can show you what I'm talking about with the cards. Yeah, see, so right here, paid $566 for it. And right here, you're going to see Alliances Box 1. Okay, and that means that it's in, obviously, box number 1. You can go down here a little bit, and you can see right here that I have some Avison stuff right here. So it says Magic Gathering Box 51, Avison Restored under Near Mint. So this is a light play card, but I just have it filed under the NM bracket on there. So I'll be able to find it under box 51. It'll say Avison Restored, and it'll be under the Near Mint section. So yeah, this gives you a little insight of what I do. Like I said earlier, I know that like Poshmark and Macari and a couple of different platforms have different places where you can put the SKUs, or they might not have. There might be systems out there that don't have SKUs at all. If they don't, what people will do is like right here where the title is, you can put like, here, let's find something like the live cam right here. At the end of it, where this says B1, you could put widescreen, and then you could just put B-1. And you can put it in the title. I don't do that anymore because we have this SKU capability, so I'm not going to put it in the title. But if you needed to, if you were selling on like Facebook Marketplace or wherever it may be, and you didn't have a place to put a location number, you could just put it in the title, and it'd work perfectly fine. So yeah, this is just a little idea of kind of some of the things that I have selling right now. And that, like I said, as you can see, I have every single one of them labeled, a cost of the good itself and the location to find it. You're going to get up to a point where you have, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 items, and you're going to need this system. So it's always best to implement this first. Do this right now, especially if you only have maybe a, few hundred items up. Start your inventory system. Okay. It's going to save you such a headache as you grow. And that's the whole thing, is that you want to grow your business. You want to list more. You want to get more coming in. So do this now. Okay, so I hope that video helped. I hoped it show you the way that I kind of keep track of things. How you saw like in that SKU number, I'll put, B-1. And the fact that I have like a dollar amount there, and that's the amount that I paid for it. That's my actual cost of good. The reason why I put that there, I know some people just write their cost of goods off like right away, and take in mind, I'm no CPA, I'm no tax professional. Please consult one if you have any questions about that. But the reason why I put that there is not just so that way I can, do my taxes with it, so I know how much I paid for it and I can write it off of my cost of goods sold. But it also lets me know that if I get a best offer, how far under or over I am. When you get to a high amount of inventory, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10,000 items, you're not always going to remember how much you paid. And especially if you buy something in bulk, you'll know that like, okay, well, this thing was like a penny or $1 or 50 cents. So like, I don't care if I get a, $10 offer on, a $20 item. It's been sitting for 6 months. It's like, okay, I'm still going to make profit on it, especially if it ships first class and really cheap, or if it's like a car that ships for like 53 cents. So it's worth it at that point. It helps me keep track of things, like I said. And if you go back and you're having to, look through all your receipts and stuff of like, oh man, I have this thing listed for a year or whatever it may be. How much did I pay for it? Like what should I clearance it at? It helps me understand that like, okay, maybe I just need to get the money that I put back into it. Maybe I paid $7 for it, and after fees and shipping, I just need to get $7 out of it. It's been sitting for so long. Let's get it out of there. So if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. I'll be happy to answer them. If there's anything I missed in this video of something that you saw that you had a question about, go ahead and feel free to ask. I really appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. I'm going to be doing more videos every Monday and Thursday. I'm going to release a new video. Some will be about what I'm selling. Some will be about me going out and actually finding the items. Like I said, I do a lot of bulk purchases. I've kind of strayed away from the ones and twos, but I do actually want to start hitting up a little more garage sales and flea markets and things like that. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys on the next one.